Typhoon Haiyan, known in the Philippines as Super Typhoon Yolanda, was one of the most powerful tropical cyclones ever recorded. Upon making landfall, Haiyan devastated portions of Southeast Asia, particularly the Philippines. It is one of the deadliest typhoons on record in the Philippines, killing at least 6,300 people in that country alone. In terms of JTWC estimated 1-minute sustained winds, Haiyan is tied with Miranda in 2016 for being the second strongest landfalling tropical cyclone on record, only behind Goni of 2020. Haiyan was also the most intense tropical cyclone worldwide in 2013. The Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration (PAGASA) estimated the average 10-minute sustained winds at 235 km per hour, 146 miles per hour, and gusts up to 275 km per hour, 171 miles per hour, at landfall over Giwan, eastern Samar. Haiyan continued to intensify. At 12 o'clock Coordinated Universal Time on November 7, the Japan Meteorological Agency (JMA) upgraded the storm's maximum 10-minute sustained winds to a peak of 230 km per hour, 145 miles per hour. At the same time, the JTWC estimated the system's 1-minute sustained winds at 315 km per hour, 195 miles per hour, unofficially making Haiyan the strongest tropical cyclone ever observed based on wind. Haiyan is also tied with Miranda in 2016, Goni in 2020 and Surigay in 2021 as the most intense tropical cyclone in the Eastern Hemisphere by 1-minute sustained winds. Several others have recorded lower central pressure readings. At 2040 Coordinated Universal Time on November 7, the eye of the typhoon made its first landfall in the Philippines at Giwan, eastern Samar at peak strength. Gradually weakening, the storm made 5 additional landfalls in the country before emerging over the South China Sea. The typhoon caused catastrophic destruction in the Visayas, particularly in the islands of Samar and Leyte. According to UN officials, about 11 million people were affected and many were left homeless. Many people are still missing as a result of this storm. Due to its extensive deaths and damages, the name Haiyan was retired in 2014 and replaced with Belu. It was first used in the 2019 season. Around 12 o'clock Coordinated Universal Time on November 7, Haiyan attained 10-minute sustained winds of 230 km per hour, 140 miles per hour, and a minimum central pressure of 895 millibars (HPA, 26.43 in Hg). 6 hours later, the JTWC estimated Haiyan to have attained 1-minute sustained winds of 315 km per hour, 196 miles per hour, and gusts up to 380 km per hour, 240 miles per hour. The storm displayed some characteristics of an annular tropical cyclone, though a strong convective band remained present along the western side of the system. At 2040 Coordinated Universal Time on November 7, Haiyan made landfall in Giwan, eastern Samar at peak intensity. The JTWC's unofficial estimate of 1-minute sustained winds of 305 km per hour, 190 miles per hour would, by that measure, make Haiyan the most powerful storm ever recorded to strike land. This record was later broken by Typhoon Goni in 2020. Interaction with land caused a slight degradation of the storm's structure, though it remained an exceptionally powerful storm when it struck Tolosa, Leyte around 2300 Coordinated Universal Time. The typhoon made 4 additional landfalls as it traversed the Visayas, Bantayan, Bantayan Island, Concepcion, and Busuanga Island. Haiyan, with its core disrupted by land interaction with the Philippines, emerged over the South China Sea late on November 8. Environmental conditions ahead of the storm soon became less favorable, as cool stable air began wrapping into the western side of the storm's circulation. Continuing across the South China Sea, Haiyan turned more northwesterly late on November 9 and through November 10, as it moved around the southwestern edge of the subtropical ridge previously steering it westward. Rapid weakening ensued as Haiyan approached its final landfall in Vietnam.